So how has your definition of wellness progressed as you've been building onto this wellness center? So from when you started till now.
I think I'll probably back it up just a little bit. As far as my definition of wellness has changed significantly from my background as a nurse to my venture into this wellness center. In the way that when I went through nursing school and as I progressed up that ladder, I was very much a believer in the traditional medical system that get a diagnosis, you get a medication to treat that diagnosis, and lifestyle changes or lifestyle improvements were briefly touched on, but wasn't the focus, because I truly didn't believe that it was significantly important. Kind of fast forward as I went through my own kind of health journey, I've now come to understand and believe that the lifestyle is the most important, and the medication support should only be used in the short term to help correct an acute problem, giving you time to implement the lifestyle changes that will ultimately reverse that underlying condition.
And what are you most excited about in the next 6 to 12 months of your wellness center?
One of the current things, just this week we are implementing the meal order services, having the farm fresh meals that you can pick up and have readily available, so that you can have that nutritious whole foods easily accessible. I think that is going to be a huge benefit for the people of our community here. Currently that is a weekly pick up, kind of order ahead and pick up, with the intent to move forward to have meals available pretty much anytime once we get all of that kind of set up, so that you can kind of drop in anytime whenever you just want to stop in for lunch and pick up a meal, or if you're on your way home and want to pick up a meal, so that it's more convenient, so that you don't necessarily have to plan ahead. So that's one very exciting service that's coming up. We're looking at getting training for assisted stretching, which would be a great benefit to just helping your body feel better, helping your body move better by increasing that flexibility through assisted stretching, and just trying to get the word out and just encourage people to take action, and that there are alternatives to traditional medicine, that you can improve your life in a natural, holistic way.
Kind of changing topics, out of meditation, movement, or massage, what order would you do that in? Or which one would you start with at least?
If I had to choose one, for me personally, I would say meditation. Because I would choose that because for me, having a calm mind is so important, and when you have that calm mind and you feel less stressed, you are more able and more likely to do other positive things for your health and wellness. But that's again such a personal choice for each and everybody based on where they're at in their wellness journey. But I would recommend anybody to begin a meditation practice to help your general wellness and longevity.
So I think if you are able to clear that mind, like you said, I think it'll just kind of step in the right direction of getting those good habits. So.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to, a lot of people have kind of a negative, maybe not necessarily negative connotation with meditation, but I so frequently hear people say, well, I can't calm my mind, or I can't clear my mind, or I can't stop my mind. beautiful part of meditation is you don't have to. And by sitting still and by, breathing and focusing on, it could be a phrase, it could be a feeling, it could be your breath, using that tool to help quiet the mind. It doesn't have to be completely clear. Over time, you may get there, but I think that's one of the biggest reasons why people don't start, because they think, well, I'm not going to do it right, or I can't do it effectively, or if I can't clear my mind, it's not going to be helpful. Those statements just aren't true. I mean, just spending 3 minutes a day of breathing and the attempts to quiet your mind, even if you don't get there, is such a powerful practice that can really reduce your stress and help you just feel better.
What I get from that is when people try to meditate, they can't clear their mind because their ego starts to think about the past or the future, and they can't just sit there in the present and just think.
That is a very good way to describe that. Yeah, I mean, your ego likes to be in control, and it doesn't like to be turned off, and so having that internal battle a lot of times of suppressing that. And the way I typically try to encourage people to kind of move through that is, as you are just kind of sitting quietly, focusing on your breathing, trying to let that mind calm and relax. Because it will happen, when you have that thought come in your mind, whatever it is, whether it's something that you forgot to do this morning as you were getting ready, or if it's a list of to-dos that you just really need to get to, or if it's just some random thought about, I ran into Sally last week and I can't believe her and her boyfriend are breaking up, or whatever that random thought is. Allow it to be there. And the act of acknowledging that thought.
Thinking, why did I have that thought?
You can think, why did I have that thought? Or just simply allow that thought to pass. By actively acknowledging the thought instead of fighting it or resisting it, by saying, okay, I hear you, I see you, now I'm going to let you go. And then you can refocus on your breath or your emotion or whatever your thought is to calm down. But it's that acknowledgement of that random thought that allows your ego to let it go, instead of fighting it and resisting it and thinking, why is this running through my head right now? Just simply acknowledge and then let it go.
Would you recommend someone to adopt a morning routine or a night routine if they have neither?
Both. Again, that's going to be kind of personalized based on what your schedule is. Are you a morning person? Are you an evening person? Are you a night owl? But I mean, just starting one or the other, and starting small. Again, I mean, even just 3 minutes. At one point I kind of had a post about, if you're an alarm hitter, if you hit snooze, instead of hitting snooze and falling back to sleep, take that 3 minutes to hit snooze and breathe, and then start. You don't even have to get out of bed. You can use that 3 minutes to start breathing, start just kind of maybe preparing for your day, start, that's a great time to have a gratitude practice, just, acknowledging 3 things that you're grateful for. Just 3 minutes, whether it's, first thing in the morning, or if you, use it as your evening ritual to help you, calm and settle and get ready for bed. Both times are great practices. Just trying to figure out where it works best in your schedule and when you're most likely to do it is the recommendation here.
Yeah. I personally, I would recommend morning, just because I feel like if you get that morning routine, it's just gonna get your day going and everything's just gonna kind of pile in together.
I totally agree with that. That's a great way to start your day.
Well, that's all I have for you today.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for spending some time here and answering some questions.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Like I said, that's all I have, and we'll be back next week with you guys. So thank you guys for tuning in.